Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights. Camera.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture. Culture Daily.
Throwing you back to some good Reggie music this morning here on Culture Daily. Time check 21 past 9. Before we even start the conversation real quickly, if you're thinking of betting, jumping on any betting platform this morning, make a bet winner. And I'll tell you why. Because you are guaranteed some real good odds, and that would lead to some real good winnings as well. So if you're having challenges on other betting platforms where you're not guaranteed the best of odds, make sure bet winner is that choice. Now I've got great news on that. Now you will receive 200% bonus from BetWinner on your first deposit of up to 3,250 Ghana cedis. Charlie, BetWinner has got the highest odds that will blow your mind. To make it even simpler and easier and more guaranteed, type in 3music as your promo code, 3music, and you stand a chance to get another win from BetWinner. Terms and conditions apply. It is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet responsibly. Betting can be addictive, so please, DG, not for persons under 18 years. Hey, also another great news for you. So, under these subjects or these topics, this device gives you the best wireless fast charging. I'm talking the Note 40 series. Note 40 series. So charge in a flash, real quick, like lightning fast. Okay, real quick. With your wireless fast charger system, camera and screen, you're talking about capturing life's finest moments and stunning detail with the Note 40 series jaw-dropping 108 megapixel OIS rear camera. Now it makes photography redefined. Features a curved AMOLED screen for the best visual display. There's more. Now sound boost by JBL. If you know the JBL brand, I beg your pardon, you're talking chill, relax. I pray God keeps your mouth quiet in the name of Jesus so nobody even talks anything. So JBL speakers, you know that brand, right? Yeah. So that's that. Your Microsoft, bro. That's what is installed in the Note 40 series.
It's a good brand.
Yes. Now, guess what? There's even more news on the Infinix. There's even more news on the Infinix Note 40. Guess what? So, there's this easy buy policy they've introduced. Make a 30% down payment or a daily installment of 19 Ghana cedis and you can own one for yourself. How about that? Easy does it. If you want to purchase, just head to any accredited store now or jump online via gh.x Park, the X is like X, park.com. Talking about parks though, shouts going out to good park. Coming up soon. Charlie, behind Accra Mall there, I'm telling you, you will love the good park. Yesterday I had a tour there. So you go there, you know, tell me. It's all good though. We'll discuss that. So the Infinix Note 40 series approved by the one and only Black Sheriff as well. All right, I'll tell you how to brush your teeth well with Pepsodent charcoal and herbal toothpaste as well in a bit. But let me jump into the conversation. Now, before I jump into the conversation, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see right in my my hand here, it's a brown pack. Now, it's a brown pack, a very heavy brown pack. The items in there is what defines the brown pack, because the last time I had a conversation with the man behind the brown pack, you know, it was a couple of years ago, and when he came, he brought this brown pack. So when he entered and I saw him, the first thing I asked was, did you bring the brown pack? Ladies and gentlemen, what is rain at 10 a.m. without watching? Without rocks watching? Let's welcome into the studio the legendary Reggie Rockstone. So as you have seen, what else things do you want to see?
I have fell rough.
Yeah, that's it.
I have fell rough.
Yeah, that's it.
I really, C took me on a tour.
Yeah.
I have been here before though.
Okay.
And, you know, just him explaining to me how it works and telling you easy.
Yeah.
We're a spaceship. Star Trek been a mutum.
This is Star Trek.
I tell you.
Yeah. We're trying to make it.
Yeah,
we're trying to set
it's wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And that question I asked, back to it. So what else?
Hopefully I get to do a collaboration with Jamiroquai. And that's for me, that's my lifetime achievement besides having kids. Yes, that's so. When you ask what else, and of course, hopefully, I see a UFO in my lifetime. Because you know I study that
You
stuff.
want to say hello to the aliens there?
Bleep, 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 bleep. E.T. phone home. Yeah.
Because Olele and I were just saying that. So where do we start this conversation from?
Yeah, well,
because,
because we go back, and
Because there's too much.
and you plus your family. You know,
That's too much. I don't know. Producer, do we have the video ready? Okay, so let's start from the TGMA stage, celebrating 30 years.
yes,
Here.
Hiplife, yes.
Hiplife. Check it out.
Okay.
Hiplife, Mumbo Samai. Oh, you could do louder than that. Maybe show me Damasi. Thank you so much. Hiplife is 30 years old. Make some noise. Make some noise for Obrafour, the executioner. Hold on. My pastor, Miami pastor, Andy. Okay. Hold on. Hiplife. Who you want here right now? Party. And the Dusty. Yeah. You should Bible room. Psalm 1. Everybody, let's do some love. If you love Obrafour, everybody put your hands up in the air. Make some noise for Prodigal. Who likes us?
Well, that's a very nice way of actually giving everybody a flowers on that.
Yeah,
Reggie
I
Rockstone.
mean, listen, not pressure that also because the list is infinite. One will be you're gonna get that call.
Yeah.
You know, and it will be in the morning on a Sunday. You know, John, I'm a whole choir and so but this is ironically, the names that I put up front, where it satisfied the crowd enough. Even though there are more, but they are so prolific. Kenya and Obrafour, and I came as myself. So, and then remember, I walked on stage with a VVIP joint. So I'm representing my crew.
Yeah.
With Osculum, with Zeal singing, so I had to remind them that it wasn't so long ago we were still kicking it. And but me kono kra ka me refi. It was a medani machine no bought ten I'm here. And I make I say I win at times in crew room.
Let me, I not to be controversial, but have things worked out between you and Prodigal?
Promsy.
Not Promsy, sorry.
Me and Promsy never really had a problem, and it was the media and our little egos that fueled that stuff. And I did a video, and I apologized to Ghana about me even allowing myself to be sucked into it, because he's my brother. He's actually closer to me than the other members. You know, Prodigal, Prodigal, and Zeal, they don't drink. You know what I mean? I'll be out there with Promsy. You know, he was my youngin', and you know, I'm his OG. But I guess emotions came into it, and I was a sucker for falling for that crap, because I should have never spoke back. Actually, no, I guess it was a little entertaining for y'all. So, you know, but then it got really ugly. In fact, when I did my submission, Olele and Sister L, when I did my submission, I made a point, which was so valid. I said, you remember when he started to pull out guns on camera, talking about he's going to shoot me, and remember, I mean, not to rehash bad vibes, but I'm just telling you. And I'm saying to immediately, everybody's going to say, I can't believe he killed him. You know, and I'll be gone, and he's going to jail or whatever, you know. And it tells you a story of how the media and us as human beings interpret this bull BS and manifest as negative energy. So I had to, you know, put it back. And I spoke on it, and I know he watched it, and because he knows I never did nothing to him, and he never did nothing to me. It was just a time. You know, I had joined the group, and the media started to fuel it, saying that I kicked him out of the group. Now, these are 3 grown-ass men. How the hell do I kick? Doing problems in anything? How can I push him out of a group? I mean, it would never happen. And there's also proof. But Ghanaians, you know, they really like the sensationalism of the story, so they like to stick to the other side. Say, I'm in no free group name, which is a total. If I'm trying to group, so never in my entire life have I been so disrespected. And I took it. I took it like a man. But guess what? I slapped everybody with the hits. Yeah. Because they didn't know what we was coming with. Skolum, Alaji, you name it. We was hitting them. Life. Everybody that cussed me, I had threats. I had people threatening me. Damn. Yeah, now you come out down, blah. These same people are screaming Dogo Yara, Alaji. I'm a refugee. Damn.
Have you touched base with Promsy?
No, I haven't. But we got so many friends in common, even including the members. So it's kind of subliminal. Like he sends, you know, a little like, yo, we cool. You know what I mean? Remember, he's a New Yorker now. You know, he's a New York mind. A state of mind is a different state of mind, and I happen to know that side too. So I tread very carefully, because you don't want to excite, you know. Yeah. So when I see him, it will be a good hug and a good laugh. And, you know, we should pick up from where we left. I haven't seen him for so long. And God bless him, because this is somebody that used to come to my house. We sat and ate together. Yeah. But we're grown. Come on now, look at me. Picture me fighting over some music.
No time for that.
No time.
With the conversation that was being fueled, you know, you said that maybe the fans,
media,
right? But for Zeal,
Zeal,
who was hitherto known as Lazy,
yes,
and then
Brother
for Prodigal as well. What roles did they play to just make sure that you guys were back?
Yeah, and now this is where it gets really bad. After everybody cussed me out, my members, my brothers Zeal and Prodigal, you know, Prodigal and Zeal, they don't do social media too much. You know, they don't care about that stuff. You know, I'm new school. Remember, it's DJ Rab that put me onto social media. And then I loved it and stayed there. God bless his soul. So I usually do the PR for the group. Okay? But at some point, Zeal felt bad for me. You know, he's like, damn, man, these people are coming at you hard. So Zeal actually made a video. He made a video explaining to Ghanaians what actually took place. Still, my voice is heavy. Nipa no group no cry catch. When I want to move and go free, I'm not that I'm keke. I'm not taking me. And me job my life, ma. you know. And to date, every now and then, if I do anything of any significance and people start to clap for me, there's always one comment that might come. And they say, if you spoil VIP. I'm like, here we
It's like a Samoa still having to do
Samoa John and the penalty.
Yeah.
You know, I guess they're going to
Jesus.
stick it to me. But the thing is, a hater is a hater. You can't change a hater. So don't waste your breath.
That's his way of life, yeah. Facts.
Yeah. If I cut my hair, he get mad. If I wear a green beret, he get mad. So don't ever pander to it. But at the time, I was caught between a certain place because, you know, perception is everything.
Especially in showbiz.
Especially in show biz. And so at one point when they cussing at me, I had to hit back. And I did a great job. What's a man I know I did kasa. Yeah. So and so I managed to balance it out, and all the haters sat down. And of course, we gave them the hits, so nobody could say nothing. But at some point, I had to speak up, you know, because in my country, refusal to deny can mean acceptance. On country, that means he's guilty. Now, let me give you the last proof to shame all these demons, okay? There's, that shit is demonic. Excuse my language. It is demonic. It's slander. Slander is a big sin. Now, let me tell you what happened. If you want to know the story about VIP becoming VVIP, it started as a joke on Twitter. It was just a tweet. At the time, the two brothers had finally announced that Promsy wasn't a part of the group. And I made me buy and I made sure tweet said, this group there, this Promsy no there, I joined.
I remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
It started as a joke.
Yeah.
And our mouth was starting, hey, come here, fool. Hey, this. So it's from there that I got the idea. And I called, a Prodigal was in New York. I think Zeal was in New York. I'm not sure. I hit him up. I said, yo, the people, they feeling this. There's talk. And I know VIP is a community activism story. So we got to keep the story moving. VIP. So I said, look, man, we never done a collaboration before, right? People been waiting for me and Obrafour since Hiplife and VIP. I said, this is the time. But with the sensationalism of me saying that I'm joining a group, we're going to get attention. And then all we got to do is deliver the hits. So even where I got cussed and everything, even when people was worried about me, I said, it's not a bad thing. Let's now deliver. Because we had everybody's attention. And the branding was beautiful. VIP, just add another V. VVIP. It's some too much. High life. Hiplife. Just keep it home. And this is how it became successful. So it was a blessing in disguise. And for 4 years, we dominated this joint. These OGs. We won how many times? Group of the day. You know,
so let's do let's tell them some more history. What about you and Obrafour? How come you two never?
I know.
Until now, there's still the opportunity to do it, and you still haven't.
We are. We're talking. We've been talking. Oh, nice. Yeah, me and Obrafour have been talking for years.
Yeah, that's what we're actually asking. Why
we are concerned.
I think for me,
is it time?
No, it's not time. I think I'm a little scared. It's because the collaboration of me and that kin. It has to be magical. Fresh out of ground also.
In fact,
the beat has to be right.
You, Hammer,
everything.
And Obrafour. I'm also asking why you haven't done anything with Hammer.
Well, Hammer, he's ready. He's cocked and loaded to shoot. As soon as me and Obrafour are ready, he's ready to move, amongst others. But the thing with me and Obrafour is we are eligible for an album. But guess who I'm trying to bring in? Or I'm bringing in, I think I got him halfway. I want myself or Chairman and Obrafour to do an album.
Sweet piece.
Now clap on that.
I wanted to get a clip without an uninterrupted part of the clip.
We'll get it.
You get it. Yeah. And there was a pause.
Now we can clap.
Don't do drag.
Now that's historical. If I could get them, because our Chairman is a seasoned MC. Obrafour, the executioner, he's coming for them heads. I'm in between. I could, reflect both of them. So I could be the medium, okay? And, I do have some skills. But I am saying an album from the three of us. Now, let me rewind. What are the stories I made you dream when you need me?
Yeah, you're ready.
Let me rewind.
Yes.
Do you remember when Obrafour said on one of his songs, he said, "LK, you want to try?"
Yeah, LK.
Okay, you don't know the history of that beef. I do. A lot of people don't know this. You know, stories that I've been kept. I'm gonna share with you right now. So what happened was, shout out to Rab again, rest in peace, Ken. At the time, Lord was at his peak.
Yes.
And Obrafour at his peak. And I was the OG of OGs. Now me, I've always believed there's power in numbers. In Kabum, collaboration's always been on my mind. And so what I do, I hit Obrafour up. Now Obrafour's my dude. Kenya's my dude. I said, listen, we got to do an album together. Yes. And the name of the album was Three the Hard Way. Three the Hard Way is an old blaxploitation movie with Jim Kelly, Fred Williamson, and Jim Brown. Three the Hard Way. That would have been us. And at that point, if we had done anything together, we would have filled up stadiums from back when.
Yes.
The charges, the money would have shot up. We're not. Here meeting. Obrafour, as soon as Obrafour, he gets to the venue before I even get there. Meeting, yeah, train Lord. First one, I'm saying, Lord, I'm up. Oh. And you know, Obrafour, as soft-spoken as he is, I mean, the dude is so royal that I sometimes feel like he's older than me, but he's not. You know, the way he talk, or you
composed.
I say, nah, Reggie, not boy, just or patch this say. You know how he talk. So I'm like, yo, don't worry about it. The second meeting, Obrafour turns. Obrafour turns up, but Lord doesn't only not come. He sends somebody.
Representation.
I don't listen. Whoever you are, let me explain it to you. I remember this dude. He had locks. I said we wanted to behead you. The executioner was sat there. you got away with your neck. He comes and he says, so I'm like, Lord Wayne, bro, I want to me more. Why you busy? Why not you Obrafour? Sorry. Oh, bro, I see. Yeah, you know. And we had the meeting over in Osu at Dawn's place. Dawn's place. I remember. And then Obrafour just got so mad, and I just so I left it. And many after that, I pegged him from
or marking it down.
And this is where.
But was there a reason why Lokina didn't show up?
At that point, we didn't even care. We like, come on, man. It's disrespect. First of all, I'm the big OG. I'm the big homie. This is your comrade. He's a big homie. And you, come on. First one, you don't turn up. Second one, But for whatever reason, you got to understand, when Lord was a star, he was a superstar. Lord was fighting his demons. Lord, God bless that brother that God took him. And, he is his testimony for all of us. I am so happy for this dude. He even grew hair. I didn't even know that brother could grow hair. You laughing kind of hard with your balls. You laughing kind of hard with your balls.
But I need that. You know what I mean?
But and it look good on you too.
Thank you.
And so at that point, whatever he was going through. People go through stuff, man, and you don't know.
It's tough. It's tough,
But Lord went through it, and I'm so glad. I mean, just being on stage, honoring him was a big do for me.
So who brought the idea to do the collaboration?
Myself.
Was you?
It was me.
And you reached out to him.
Yes,
and
I reached out. I reached out to Obrafour first, and then I reached out.
And what was his demeanor when you called him about this?
Oh, yeah, he bit me. Yeah, he was cool. Yeah, Lord was cool. Lord was cool. Yeah, I mean, I tell you the truth, he was down, but for whatever reason, whatever held the brother up, went to me. I'm out, and that's just as simple as that. And at that point, Obrafour didn't have the tolerance to tolerate anymore, so he said, "Man, F this brother, let's move." and then they are and back pastor, and me and him, we're still moving. Wow. But so this is what I'm replicating again, because he will not do secular music. And so, of course, Ochame, that's my man. And that boy could rap. You know, I never heard him do a whack rap before.
Yeah, he's good.
He's amazing. His melodies impeccable.
And you both have very flat tongues.
Very,
like us.
oh yeah,
Like
you know,
he
he always says, I'm looking to you, Reg. You know, so that I think that would be a prolific one because we could bring it back.
I wanted to ask, it's interesting how you.
I'm a mommy man Kasancha right now watching a
Oh, watching it. If you
There's more.
Watch on fan to a hundred space.
A
hundred space.
In fact, Modia Kramania better. I got you the jar. Voila, Jawachi.
Thank you.
And you got it with the leaf.
It's hot.
Yay.
There you go.
In terms of serious, you must have money paper.
Yeah, for laughing at me, that's what you get.
Well,
I wanted to ask, you know, once upon a time there seemed to have been some level of tension between Obrafour and Ochame Kwame.
Oh,
you know,
man, I get this is gonna be a good show. You know, so I found out really late about the two of them going at each other, and I was so amused when I found out. I'm like, damn, these are two seasoned gentlemen. But I spoke to. I didn't speak to Obrafour about this, but I spoke to my brother Ochame consistently. And I said, look, man, you got to do this for the culture. And I said, plus I said, the beef is kind of old, man. It's like...
I say beef now.
You know, this beef is older than George Bush. Come on now. This beef is on crutches. Come on now. So he kind of laughed it off. But lately, he's pieced out. Every time that I have spoken to him about the project, he's like, I'm ready. Let's go. And Obrafour, he got no problems. You know, he'll move. So it's on. It's something that you got to look forward to.
The last time when Ochame Kwame was here, I asked him if he were to go at Obrafour in the rap battle, who was going to come out top?
It would be bloody. I don't even want to see this one.
One has very good rhythm. The other two has got deep
words.
I'm just
words.
That would be bloody.
Because you're going to have two of them.
That's some Nas and Jay-Z. And you know who Nas is, right?
Yeah.
That's Obrafour.
Yeah.
And you know who Jay-Z is, right?
Yeah.
That's like a perfect. Listen, even though I'd love to see it, I don't wish it on nobody.
Okay, now back to you, Reggie. And,
yes, sir.
Albums. Do you have any in the offing? Do you have any in you're working on?
I think in my backpack I got more than 2 albums.
Wow.
Okay.
This is why every time you go on my Instagram, I'll be teasing. I'll be just dropping random videos of me spitting bars.
Yes.
Not yesterday, say. Enum ni bi wo ha di be 20 years. Na my viral video. En kolana tirab na maka say sisi ana me ye no. And it gives me such a head boost.
Yes.
I said, damn, I did that 20 years ago.
Then my next question. There was when you listen to what defined Reggie Rockstone from the Chobwe time. Would you go back to that kind of rap? Because I've always been advocating for that I want to hear a last full album, Hiplife, hip hop.
Well, today we know that Treeglish really moves the project.
Yeah.
We know that today. I mean, a lot of these from Sarkodie, everybody is mixing it up.
Yeah.
And I always did that. Now, remember, I was an Anglo rapper before a tree rapper.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and so my roots is very UK, New York, hip-hop, b-boy. I'm a breakdancer, that type of, you know. And so my English side always pops up, you know.
You lean towards that a bit more now.
Well, the reason why I lean more is because I am very it takes a long time for me to do. When I hear Sarkodie and these guys rapping tree, it amazes me.
And it takes a long time for you now to do it.
Oh, and I can't remember because
wow.
You know how long it took for me to write Sweetie Sweetie? Sweetie Sweetie, like how many months? Yeah, bounce visa. Months. But that's why it's so detailed. If you listen to that song, you know, And no one am tesi yes uni kunu mango beno metia kwa na Africa na yim hu se obet se wo menya wo no afa ye funu me dwen wana makumatu hu se mesua na se menkamu ana se mensu ana adwumentimi da awia mentimi didi anopa mentimi dware ya wasante fili se believe oba na me penedodo hu na me ho popo osoro ya na me koto makohu na busuafo so misika so pa me hu na me bo ma be pepe for bole katanga to kumase bantu ma me twa kwa tintin whoa. That right there, bars, bars. It took
bars became a thing.
That's why. Listen, I've been advocating.
Yeah, me rare and send no. Now, Sarkodie to me for the tree in sa. You know,
but I think you have a very unique style.
I do. I do.
And
you know
nobody
why?
has been able to sound like for us to say this guy raps like Reggie Rockstone.
Yeah. Well, tone wise, yes. A lot of people emulated my tone.
Reggie still, because when you go down to lyrics,
storytelling. That's what I was about to tell you. That my strength is storytelling.
Yes,
as you could tell, I could tell a good story, and so lyrically, if I have to tell you a story and I got time to write that story. Dear Rockstone, that is saying, me only I was for mafo. So like go see any amrofo no chivisa maso na no Michelle down for Kofi down. So what's the connection? I'm so walk. Shame me, Reggie me. Me ni pabone. You know, I have that
narrative.
Yes,
the narrator. We need to. Yes, Reggie Rockstone, the narrator. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to beat you, Omono.
Yeah.
No, so because I've always said that I don't know. Yes, I've heard other hit songs. Yeah, I always felt like
I want to beat you, Omono. You know, but you gotta understand, I come from the hip hop roots, so I come from Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, or every single. If you was an MC, you told stories. You had to, and so I come from that.
So I want to ask how, because you know, the record you did with Sarkodie, right?
11-11.
Prior to that, you know, there was a little bit of a pushback because you were not too sure if you're ready to have, you know, a record with him at the time, but eventually did. Now, both of you are storytellers. So
yes.
I'm wondering what it was like in the studio when y'all...
I have never been in a studio except in a radio station studio with that brother.
Wow.
Nope. I heard the beat, and every birthday, you know, my birthday is the 11th of April, and my wife had my daughter on my birthday. That's hence 11-11.
Okay.
She had another daughter on her birthday.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, wow. Don't ask me for the formula. I know that's what you buy. How you do that? I said, have sex on a Sunday.
Before you continue, so this morning I was saying that it looks like there are a lot of April borns, and you know why? Because of June.
Yes. Nice.
Right.
So no, I was never in the studio with Brother Sak. And what happened was there's a brother, a prolific rapper, one of the best rappers in the world. And he's Ghanaian, and people always skip over this brother in Ghana, but you know, he's known. His name is Ohene Savant. Savant, look him up. Ohene Savant is nothing to play with. He's the one that made the beat. He's also a producer. So when he sent me that beat, because every birthday I release music. I make it a point. So now I'm thinking this has to be the big one. I need to go on with Sock. But going in the ring with that dude is scary. You got to be careful now because, you know, first of all, I am risking my crown. You see, if I don't make music with Sock, I can always say I'm the OG of Hiplife and nobody can say nothing.
Yeah.
If I go in the ring with him and he eats me up, I start to look funny. You feel me?
Yeah.
So listen, I took my sweet time. I said, I queried you, Charlie. Yeah, lyrical gym now. I said, yeah, press house. And then I finally got the verse. And when I got the verse, I was confident, and I hit him up, and I said, you know, he's nonchalant with it because he know he's nice. So I said, listen, I sent him the beat, and he liked the beat. That was a plus.
A fact.
So I'm confident because I got my first verse, and it's in English. So I know we could balance it out because he's going to do the tree, I do the English. Yeah. So no matter what happens, it'll be a nice balance. So I had that in check. I feel third verse. Now the question is, does Sock go first? Let's say beats in a minute.
I done a couple.
Beats near media. The me jabis no massacre. Oh no, bet you jama send them is here. It's the idea me rapping with you and I'm just sending no. It's buy and I'm the anyway new dada. So but then Sak, he does what he does. I mean he murdered people say I brought out the beast of him on that joint. He went back to the old Sak. And of course I also had an old trick. I also knew that people would be merciful on me even if I messed up because it was my birthday. Birthday love gives you love. And so it was the third verse now. That's where the problem was.
You use rough tactics.
Yeah, go on. You know, hip hop is very competitive. And they don't care. They say, man, you got 8. Yeah. But I started to read the reviews and everybody was like, yo, he held his own. He held his own. Yeah. And then the third verse, that was the one. Because I was like, damn, how do we approach this? I said, you know what? Let's do the old school fundamental baton. Kind of my kind. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And then that video, the video is dedicated to Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Game of Death. Yeah. That's why it's yellow. And we shot the video really fast. Sarkodie's, he's such a good dude, man. He was there for me. He turned up on time, did his shots, busy as he was, and boom, boom. And Prince Dovelo, God bless him. Everybody that came up on, it was a beautiful video. It's a good video.
So I want to ask, since you've been evergreen in this craft, right? Sometimes the conversation about hip-hop rappers, especially on our side of our town, is when they hit a plateau or they hit a ceiling. Right, and often the characteristics of that is you keep rapping about the same thing.
You get me mundane. Yeah.
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 What do you make of such comments about people who are obviously at the top and perhaps have done it all? Like for you, I mean, you've seen it all, done it all. Yeah. You've laid a foundation, and of course, the new cats or the Gen Zs wouldn't be saying that about you. But
right.
But for some of the cats who have been around for the last 5 to 10 years, there's always this conversation of, they're not evolving in their rap, they're not saying things like they're not addressing issues, they're not addressing political issues, they're not addressing social issues. It's just
let's your microphone there so they can hear you there. Okay. Yeah.
That just brings you back to the storytelling angle that we just spoke about. If you got stories to tell, you never grow old. Because I am now okay. And if I'm just so you always stay relevant. If you got something to say. If you just rhyming for the sake of rhyming, because you enjoy wordplay and all, that's cute too. But at some point, you can start. Look, my father used to say, every hero is a ball at last. You will never be hot forever. Now, the trick with me is I knew when to pull out.
Okay.
So Ghana minimum. Listen, nobody in the history of Ghanaian music has done what I did. I pulled out of the game on a hit record. Reggie from Bonichem when I'm some retirement.
Yeah.
My 10-year plan I'm there to mama. Minim say oh ba funo. Nti sisia no me say oh ene me retirement, but I left on a big song.
We kick it for
so.
That's the one we kick it.
We kick it. Yeah. Shout out to KK. I hope brother get well. God be with you. I hit him up. He was in a car crash.
Yeah.
And so I left. So strategy wise, you could take a page from this if you're listening. Man came my home from because Ghana. About from is yeah. Any so Otania drew.
Speaking of which, Reggie, I realized that on your socials, you are selfless in that you are able to mention or say to us, whoever you think is new and hot and, nailing it in the music game. And you are selfless with it. You go all out.
Props is due.
Yes, you go all out with that. If you have to look at maybe a return, into making music again.
I'll never stop making music.
No, I mean, because you went out with your Reggie from Bonichem and all of that. If you have to get back, into it actively as you used to be, right? Which of the new cuts or which of the new guys do you think you'd want to have on, a collaborative joint?
Well, God bless y'all. I already worked with some of them. There's music that I have that's so prolific that's waiting to be put out. But the music game has become a money game. So I don't even know how to put the music out because I need to bribe who and who. You know, I don't know where to turn to make this. You know, they got to put my grown ass on TikTok. I got to clown myself. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But I'll figure it out. Good music always finds its way. I had Neo Joe. You know, you got to do some quick. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, look, I'm a funny dude, but I'm not that. I'm trying to be that funny. You know, like clown, funny. You know, do I amuse you, Joe Pesci voice? You know, but in saying this, it's a very good question. And so about me being so sharing, that I pay attention to other musicians and the selflessness, that's my personality. That's my character. I was raised so. You know, from day one, Hiplife, I share to everybody. My doors are always open. So that's by personality. Obi on my so onyame position na mun to depo. You know who you are. You know. So this is, but you're right, because if I was to come back actively, then I have so many amazing, talented young brothers and sisters. I mean, I did a video and a song with Jackie about a week before she became a superstar. Oh. Wow. And I got the video. I got the song here. It's called Too Young to Die. So very eclectic.
So when is it coming? Yo!
Artists do this all the time.
Yeah.
And they'll keep
pointing me.
No. This is not. Let me explain.
Look at this.
Let me explain. The story with Sister Jackie is that she has now become, okay, but for me it was just an honor to be able to be one of the first people to even touch and work with her in that sense, you know what I mean? And so I treasure this. But now we need to shoot a more quality video.
Reggie, don't you think that you are overthinking and worrying about how?
No, I'm thinking about her, not me.
No, because for the fans now, we are fine with that.
You know what's going to happen?
We are fine with that.
You know what's going to happen? You're saying you're fine until he posts it.
And you be like, damn, Reg.
The first question be like,
won't take it right.
Reggie Pa,
because you know, we shot the video with a phone. I could show you the video. I could pass it on to you. You could peep it.
We would love to.
Yeah, I'll pass it on to you. And so what happened is she became, you know, but I was so happy. I said, damn, I was right. I remember sending Jackie's demo to Idris Elba. And Idris, I think she still got the munch because I munched it and sent it to her. And he was like, yo, she is nothing to play with. You know, like, so when she blew up and I seen Idris again, I said, you remember the young sister? He said, yeah. I said, she blew up. He said, I knew it. You know, but she was destined to. Same thing with Ebony, sister. You know, I was one of the first people to put a mic in her hand. You know, people don't know that.
Ebony is in Skolom. Do you guys know that?
Yeah, she's in Skolom. Yeah. She's behind me. Ebony hung out with me and my wife almost every day. You know, and the first time she grabbed the mic was over at a sound check at my place. And you know, here she is. So I love stories like this. You know, and many more stories that you don't know about. You know, people who I kind of walk through people's lives.
Reggie, so since we're talking stories today, let me take this chance to throw back to some of us who lived in that era.
Yes.
What is the real story of this Hiplife?
The real story.
What is the truth? The one truth that we all need to hold to, because
there's only one truth. There's only one truth. But you see, now the question is, there shouldn't even be a question about Hiplife. You see, because when you start to question Hiplife, you need to be asking valid questions, asking, is there a dispute about something? Because there really isn't. It's just one person, right, who spoke on it. And all of these haters ran with it. I'm telling you, because there's no human being who has any smarts and senses that could sit down, look you in the eye, and tell you that Reggie Rockstone did not bring Hiplife. Because they will not have proof for you. I have music dated with the 2 words in it. And before that date, there's no other music
documented.
Because it's been a battle.
No, it's not. You see, it's like the Promsy thing I was telling you about. They seem to grease the wheels. And then I feel like a jerk fighting it. But perception is everything. Shout out and peace to my auntie, Amatedu. May she rest in beautiful peace. For those who know who she is. She's the one that called me and she said, Reggie, you have to say something because they are changing your story and your history. You know, she's really soft-spoken. That's exactly how she talks. She said, they are changing your history. You have to say something. I said, what? She said, because there's a kid in Tamale right now who thinks somebody else brought Hiplife. And this is why I had to be vocal. And Africa,
because even though some of the stories were similar, I had heard stories from my cook.
Yeah.
I heard stories from Ibrahim Henijam. I heard stories from Zap Mallet. So it was hard to tell. Okay, so which?
You see, when you speak to all of the above, all the folks that you mentioned, that's the one thing that you got to ask yourself. Have you seen these folks on stage rapping or something? Or they on stage screaming Hiplife or nothing? None of that. But you have different components of a story. You know, somebody just for being in the room as we have this conversation, years from now will say, well, I was there. So was the wall gecko. If you're right. Now, I'm not taking anything away from these folks because that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it.
What I'm saying is there should be no confusion. Everybody play their position. Now, it's one thing me coming up with the name with my father, Hiplife. Okay? It was actually Ricky who said, you got to own this. He was the executive producer. Oh, no, this is Kasha Brunim. He's the one that paid for the studio time, the videos. He's the one that paid Zap Mallet to make what he did. Everybody. DJ Rab. It was a collective effort. But as far as the roots of the name, now remember, the name is just a name if it has nothing behind it. So what are we fighting about? The name or what's behind it? Now let's talk about what's behind the name. I'm the one that you just saw in the TG. That's me. Okay, I'm still putting out music. I'm still out here, and my body of work speak for itself. My mother said to me, Reggie, even if you wasn't a godfather of Hiplife, you would be the godfather of Hiplife. You see, this is where it comes. But it's the distraction that really bothers me. We spend so much time on this instead of that.
So fast forwarded to the fact that this is something that we created that could have been ours as Ghanaians.
It is ours.
I'm saying that we could have seen it on Apple Music as a genre.
Man, at one point, you're right. At one point, we was in Billboard magazines. Listen, we did things. When people didn't have international collaborations, I was running with Wyclef and Beanie, man. Come on. That was Hiplife. I was running with Two-Face and them. Come on. Tic Tac was running with Tony Tachula. We are nothing to play with. You know, we played ourselves on that note. It's actually really sad.
Then we did a
and then when it's all done, they come back crying to me. Like, what's happening to Hiplife? I said, you're going to ask me?
So this is where my argument now comes in that, okay, if I'm going to be a bit hard, I've always asked, I wanted to find out who would give me a good answer to this question. Is it your time of artists that failed to hand over properly? Or our time of artists that failed to collect it?
No, it was negligence. It was negligence on all sides. We wasn't gunning. We didn't know what we had, you know. And I'm guilty of this because I never came into this.
But how would we know what we had when Reggie used to?
I was content.
Independence Square.
Yeah, I know, but I was just
over 20,000 people.
And this is where she says you're selfless. I don't think like that. I'm Pan-African to the bone. And I'm a patriot. I was thinking about my crew. I'm doing something. But at the same time, I was thinking about Africa, no doubt. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't thinking this was going to spiral out into a world. You know, my father, though, he knew it. My father always used to say, Yao, it's going to change Africa. He said it. He didn't live long enough to see what it became. God bless his soul. But he knew it. And that's why he invested into, and that's another thing where when people talk about Hiplife, they can never say what they did for me because everything was in-house. Until so Biaka say, you never hear that, right? Because knowing Ghana, they would, because they didn't crowd more nankawi, you know. But on that note, I think we was negligent on both sides. We wasn't thinking globally as, you know, Nigeria, but you got to check the population in Niger. You know, they move different. Plus, they had some greats. Fela, you know, we had Osibisa and all of them, but the youth, we're totally disconnected from them. It's up until I came with Hiplife that Alhaji Frimpong's reverence popped back up. And now it's worldwide, which is keep your eyes on the road. Yeah. You know, so Hiplife did.
Did you get a chance to?
Yes, I did.
To meet him.
Yes, I did. I sat with a man for over an hour. We talked about everything and anything. Yes, it was me and Grace Ayensu.
Before the record.
No, way after the record. Way after, because you know he was friends with my father.
I wanted to. We had a conversation about tapping into, you know, the indigenous high life sound.
Yes.
Which pretty much defined Hiplife.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we could discuss that.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, but my argument was, when you did keep your eyes on the road, it kind of like broke the ceiling or broke the deadlock for people to pay attention to
Bridge the gap,
because you had come in with, New York type of rap style, you know, heavy English rapping, and you're like, you know what, I can rap in tree, and then you did Keep Your Eyes on the Road, Jobo, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And for some time now, we've noticed a disconnect. The gap that you bridged has been broken, in a sense that the producers are not tapping into these indigenous sounds. Yeah. I mean, they have an inspiration from other cultures and that, but it's not really giving us the Ghanaian identity. How do you feel about that?
It's a generational thing, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, look, these kids are so distracted. When I was young, if one of our friends had a porn tape, it was the one porn tape VHS that everybody watched. And we would run up to your house, and there'll be a crowd of Negroes watching one porn. Debbie does dollars. I hit the nail, right?
Who's 38 plus?
Yeah, I know, right? Debbie does dollars. You know, but today these kids, they got the porn on their phone. You know,
even when they don't want it.
It's crazy. I go on Instagram. You know, I always fast with the Muslims, right? Yeah. And so when Ramadan come, I'm fasting. Yeah. And I go on Instagram. I'm like, damn, this is not right.
Fasting, I say.
Yeah, because everybody's just ass in my face and breasts in my face. Right. I had to chop that off. You see, because today is a generational thing. And then also remember, and you can find the same story in hip hop. And, the producers, they're not digging in the crates like they used to, looking for samples and the history. And so, because now you could piece together some low tone called drill, and you talk about murder, and you on it. Yeah. And then the sisters are all naked. You strippers are rappers now. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from them, but it is what it is.
Just the naked truth.
Yeah, the naked.
Oh,
you see my guy. Yeah, so I think it's a generational thing. I can't fault it, but I can raise an eyebrow.
Do you think that's the problem to not having
an authentic sound,
like Jay said?
Jay said, well, this
take hip life to the next level, because your hip life was more or less teaching us that.
I think your microphone where you're talking to it, you can't hear you. Yeah, sorry.
There's already a template. Or there's already a sample that you can always rewash, rewind.
I agree. I had, and I still do. I was blown away by Black Sharif. When you check Black Sharif's roots, his style, you could trace it. You could trace it to all high life cats. And I always wish that he, if he had said, I make hip life, the story would have just begun again. I wish I had met him before to say, look, man, just say you're making hip life. Because via description, when they asked him what kind of music you make, that's what he said. He said, I make hip hop and with high life. Yeah. That's hip life. Yeah. But his sound would have carried us big time. It would have been the reemergence of this movement. So I don't know. I'm not faulting the brother, he's doing his thing. But this is what I was trying to say. And people thought that I was just trying to big up Hiplife. I said, no, you don't see what the boy is doing. That's the gateway. Do
you think brand-wise artists have become shy of associating themselves with Hiplife, maybe because of what it's become? So
I don't think so now, especially after the TG. You know, when we got on that stage and they realized, oh Lord, these people, they did their thing and they still sound fresh. You know, I think what it is more money, more problems. What's happening is that there's so much money in the game right now that nobody want to compromise. So basically, if it's Afro beats that's making money, everybody's going after Afro beat. It's a gold rush. It's a gold rush. Where Hiplife was for the passion, it was new, it was sensational. Ghana was being proud of being Ghanaian, and we just wanted to be a part of it. Nobody was thinking about money. You bought somebody a pair of Timberlands and a visa to the UK, and they rapping. Yep, that's back when, you know who you are. You know, shout out to Ajikot and all of them. You know who you are. You know, if they got you a visa, some Timbos, you was out of there. I made it, mama. You know, and that visa really, you know. So times have changed. The things that we were sweating, they're not so important right now. You know.
So in talking about celebrating you, Reggie,
yes.
I mean, clearly you birthed a certain genre of music for us Ghanaians
without a doubt
that we all held on to. It's just sad that now any artist from back in the day who's associated with Hiplife music is been left, you know, in the gutters. So
you haven't film, he's raising the bar.
Yes, that guy is crazy.
Absolutely.
Crazy. We had him here.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, you know, shouts to artists like Bookbacks.
Oh yeah, Brother Bright.
Yes. And then to Take at a point in time also, you know, I don't know whether he hasn't released anything new in recent times.
That's my brother there.
It's been difficult. Like we've just sort of put all Hiplife artists in this cap, and we don't want to allow, you know, any expansion or any growth any longer. Now, do you feel that we have celebrated this feat that you achieved?
Myself?
Enough.
Well, you know, I always say this, and I say this with so much dignity and wisdom. The question is, if you had, you wouldn't be asking me the question.
Yeah, we haven't.
Think about
Not
it.
do it again.
If you had, you would not be asked. People always ask me, "You think you've been celebrated?" I said, "Well, if it was, you wouldn't be asking me this."
Because look at what this guy did. What at the Super Bowl? What they did with Snoop Dogg?
That was beautiful.
Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre.
That was a mini version of what you saw at the TG with all the old joints coming through. But you see, this is why the tour, the Hiplife at 30 tour, is so necessary. State to state. You know how many states in America, and there are pockets of Ghanaians everywhere, and they grew up to the music. If Obrafour, Chami, who all of us, if we turn up in Minnesota, all Ghanaians is gonna come out.
And how was that conversation looking like?
That's what I put it on my Instagram. I'm waiting for investors. We need investors for this to happen. You know what Medical did with that O2, it blew my mind. You know, when you wake up one day and say, you know what, F it, I'm feeling old. You know, and investors, somebody believed in it.
So one of the things that I spoke to one of the guys behind Medical's event was like, he said that if the artist would understand that they cannot take money up front from us, that is
you know what, you should see. I was about to post this today, but since we're here, I'll say it for everybody. The Hiplife at 30, all you Hiplife soldiers, throw your egos out the door. We're about to struggle and hustle this one. We about to be like when Jay-Z and DMX and them went on tour. Remember? That's how. If we got to sleep in a cheap motel, that's what we're gonna do, right? But we will make money, and then also share because this is what we do. We are artists. That's what we. You know, this I sell rice and beans to human beings. Yes, but I really like show business, and we could go state to state. New York, Dallas, bah. You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna snowball.
Yeah.
I face it. You remember Kings of Comedy?
Yep.
See, we sit here. Not more train.
Cedric.
Jesus, more train. What you gonna wear to come watch the show? We're coming. Music that you grew up to. You better you stay singing. You better you need to dojo. You better next.
I think I mean for starters, I mean, even before private investors come into play, I would really love to see government's position on this one.
And no,
You
And also make kind.
because yeah,
And also
because
make kind.
this
I
is
said
what has
hey,
defined.
because Joe, elections by now, my friend, I am on for to my election by every big star is the friend of whoever the political aspirant is. As soon as they get in position,
Get it? Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and it's not. I'm pointing at everybody, not just one of them.
Yeah.
I've seen this happen over and over and over. Man, yeah, Brett.
Yeah.
You know, so
I-
I'm telling everybody, you know, kiss my Zoltas and let's move this. Let's move this.
I would really love to.
It's-
I mean,
it's politics.
After this goes out, I would really love to.
It would be
hear
great.
that government has invited.
It would
them,
be
the
great.
Ministry of Creative Arts and Tourism.
Actually, you know what? You just gave me an idea. I know somebody who's eligible, who would probably be a great investor. And since he's a political aspirant, I should be hitting Brother Cheddar up. What's up, Cheddar?
Hey, Lily, why you won't spot the table?
And now you know.
Yeah, what is your relationship with him like?
Cheddar,
Yeah.
I just hit him up. I hit him up 2 days ago. I was surprised he replied. You know, he busy now. You know, some of my celebrity friends, they don't even answer my texts. So, you know, he's running for president, and he answered me. Me and Cheddar go back.
Yeah.
You know, we do. You know it. And what happened was I was at the gas station. I was buying petrol. You can check my Instagram. And I look to my right, and there's a car with Cheddar all over.
Right.
I mean, Cheddar smiling all over the car. You know what I'm saying? So I look, and so out of curiosity, I said, brah. And the dude come out the car. I thought that he worked for Cheddar.
Ah.
The dude says, debut. Me and I'm in the tally. I'm like, wait.
The love is real.
I said, Nebo. And he told me how much it cost. And I said, have you met Cheddar before? When she added, I said, Debbie. Now I'm sending one video with me posty. Send a bear Cheddar be. Now a beer you can meet you know, because I'm fair on all, you know. And to me, it's very interesting what Cheddar's doing, regardless of what anybody thinks. It has set a new way of thinking, you know. Because, you know, we've been between these two for a very long time. Nobody thought anybody could shake a table. And so when he come, he's opening the doors for folks to think. And you'll be surprised. I speak to young people all the time. And if there's three of them, you could have one say MPP, one say NDC. There's always a third one say New Force. New Force. And, you know, I'm just honored to be alive in these times to see this happen. And if he ever became president at TF4, do you realize that he would be the first president who can rap? Everybody forgets that Cheddar can rap.
Oh, he can.
He spits bars.
He was a rapper, then he became a manager and label head.
Cheddar got bars, freestyle.
He was
Had
a
no
clever
idea.
potato as well.
You can ask anybody. There's a video with Keith Murray.
Okay.
Okay, Cheddar's in that video. Keith Murray. Okay.
We'll find it.
Yeah.
We've got some 8 minutes to go, but let me ask this question. Let's go back to your relationships with some of these international players. Wyclef was in town. I mean, he
Yes.
was in your home.
Yes.
I for me, I
Great human
froze to death outside. I remember those times. You know, I remember when he came to pass by me, and I greeted him, and he stopped, and
We
he
are stand
stopped
outside for
I was
us.
like,
Great human being.
Yeah. Are you still in touch with him?
When I can. Clef is a busy man. But unlike most celebrities, the people who I usually gravitate towards and people that I link up are usually like-minded, i.e. Idris Elba, i.e. Beanie Man. Beanie Man, they're homely people.
Down-to-earth
They're
folks,
really down-to-earth people. And that's how we connect. Idris is one of the most amazing human beings. This is a dude who is in Marvel movies. I mean, you know how busy these folks are? And you would text this brother, and he hit you right back. And even if he doesn't, he sends you a text saying, I'll be right back. Sometimes a week, 2 weeks. But he'll be back. And this is why I respond to everybody. Because Mr. Madrian will say, hey, no, boss, that's why anybody come in my DM, listen, I surprise people every day. I'll be in the DM, I say, hi. Oh my God!
Talking about it, your relationship. Stip, our very own Stip shared this message. He says,
That's my brother.
Yeah, he shot the video.
Yes, he did.
With Two-Face and Beanie
Beanie
Man.
Man.
Hey, Stip.
Let me tell you a story about Brother Stip, and I think I might have told this story before. Tell me a video, and shit. So I don't remember what happened, Now I'm older than Stip, you know, and I can't remember what happened, but I think in my haste and all the rush, I think I spoke to Stip a little bit harshly.
He does to others, so it's fine, Reggie.
Oh, he does now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But at the time, you listen to this, and you know, I'm in my feelings like, yo, I'm running the show. And I said something to Stip that didn't go down well, and I always remember this. He cut me right there. He said, "You don't talk to me like that."
Hey, that's what he said to you.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah. He's
There are
this brother,
records, at
and
least now
I
there's
have
something
never
to show
felt
for it.
I never felt so ashamed because I'm not even that type of guy. You know, not it just said no my shit, and I'm a guy. He stopped me right and said, "You don't talk to me like that," and I had to apologize. And I cried. I'm a fair enough. I've been fair enough for a long time, and I'm who year. But you know, he's my man.
In our meetings, he and Cyril always go
Are you
each other's
kidding?
head. So
Are you kidding me? Yep. But you know, in saying all of this about collaborations and everything, regardless of me plugging my food, yeah, I'm about to plug another one. Necessary. If you are listening, we've done something also amazing. You know, most people when they own a brand, they don't like to collaborate with another brand. And we just done something crazy. Commie Fest.
okay.
And Rocks Watchy. We've come together. Now it's Rocks Commie. Yep. And we did the last one, and we're doing a 3-day food party.
Okay.
It's on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Okay.
Monday's a holiday. And we came together. You should have seen the people that turned up. It was crazy. Because look, think about it. I mean, that's the Lumba and Kojuanchi of foods, right? Yeah, both of them. And so when we come together now, all the Commie Fest fans came, and all the Wache fans came. And we
Bigger
just ate.
community.
It was crazy. And so we're doing a 3-day version. So y'all need to keep these dates for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And you know, we're going to. I got DJs coming through everything, and it's right there at my spot. Google Maps, Rocks Wache, or come to the Accra Tourist Information Center. And you're there.
Okay, so since you mentioned that you also didn't really nothing with Kojuanchi and Lumba.
No, Uncle Kojo is an amazing story. Uncle Kojo was the first person to put me on stage. People don't know this.
Wow.
In Ghana. In Ghana. Wow. He was one of the first people. Now, let me tell you the story how this, man, we could be here all day. Listen, man, I need my own show. I need my own show.
You do.
You know, so what happened was my father, you know, my father was a fashion designer. My father made clothes for Uncle Pat Thomas, all of them.
Oh, okay.
So my father was making clothes for Uncle Kojuanchi. Now, ansana meba Ghana no. Na maybe me papa catch Uncle Kojo said the basso bonyum or abrichi.
Okay.
What am I saying? So Uncle Kojo, he knew about me. Inti we na area bi yete fie ena Uncle Kojo ebe fie ho. Oboru a ho na me na meti ho. Soft spoken, hello, how are you? I immediately recognized who he was. So he said, me ba Benjamin Talia, because he had something that my father had made. He came to pick up. So I went and got him the clothes. And then he asked me, are you Ricky's son? And I'm saying, I am. Yeah. I said, oh, Papa, maybe I can't want some me. And then me yeshu. And now in Chinami yeshu, a National Theatre one of them. Which me abba. So this is how I got on.
Wow.
And I remember I was in a pair of shorts, a backpack, somebody on my back. And I came in and I did the first rap. When he said, so I buy my car. And me rap here, no, me really not why you did. Me see you, the applause, it started from the back.
Yeah, that feeling.
I'm a mad drama and this song. And remind you, at that time I only had one verse.
Yeah.
If you listen to Trouble, it's the same verse I repeat.
Okay.
In time, guys, a treat on
let's check out the video with the Cheddar that. Oh man,
with Keith Murray.
We're gonna with the Cheddar.
Oh yes, the writer.
Okay,
yeah,
so
let's check it out.
So they're getting that video.
Okay.
But before that, Kobe Chase says to you that
that's another
regards
dude.
to Grandpa Reggie. He says he's always motivating me anytime I meet him.
Yeah,
God bless him.
Kobe is he's actually the face of Jawache. He's one of the first people to advertise Jawache for me. Yep.
D Crime says, shouts to Grandpapa.
That's my man, D Crime. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you a story about D Crime. So, now be shame dollars. Zanzibar. Let me didi. Me tie radio. Yeah, born you na rappers vi ba. So Charlie, me jam a didi. I had never heard people spit like this.
Yeah, that boy's mad.
So I actually called into the station, and it was Dr. Duncan, I think.
Okay.
And they introduced themselves. It was D Crime and Sarkodie. That's how I linked. That's the first time that.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, and they was blown away that I even called in to this. This is how I live my life, you know.
That's crazy.
And so, inspiration. But D Crime, amazing MC.
Austin is asking on Twitter that Hiplife at 30.
Sorry, your mic, please.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Watching this, you know. Before we
He said, ask him about Hiplife at 30, which is this year, and if we should be celebrating like they did for hip hop at 50.
Yes, we are. And the narrative is running now because I put it on my gram. I'm looking for investors. I want to set it off from outside first, and then we do the homecoming. And like I said, all Hiplife artists, you got to leave your egos at the door. Okay, yeah, corporate. 5-star, but of course, if the investors are ready, because it's a money-making scheme. That's another thing. You know, not for use of a better word, not scheme. It's a money-making move. Okay, whoever invests in this is gonna eat. When we done from state to state to state to state, that's some money, bro. And then of course, and then Hiplife will stand back up.
All right, so I'm told the video is ready now.
Okay,
we are way past our time, but let's just spend some minutes to check this out. We'll be right back.
Yeah, this one, Cheddar for C. Cheddar on the car, you. Basu, Bramero points. You, only Cheddar na Juma. One or the about car. Wow. What's your name? Isaac. What's your Cheddar? Make us see the car. Isaac.
Yeah, boss.
And between him, Cheddar. Wow.
The only videos near there.
And to who feeling the cake? Wow.
Shows us about Gabu.
Okay.
Me support and me support.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep. Okay. I mean, me no. Okay, it's Kabibi. Got me post it on my page. And it'll be not why they.
Yesterday, say, Oba, on one say, you to any dinosaur. And I hope say about Babu you to know. Nintina, so me support
a channel so now.
There be a channel, the Michium group we do or circle side and on the man.
Okay, it's Brandon now or the about Carno. It's no boy.
Brandon, I'm giving 2,000.
You of your own money?
My own money.
What do you do for a living?
Phone repair.
Phone repair?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
23.
Isaac, 23, phone repair dude. He took his own money and branded because he believes in Cheddar. That's deep. Okay, hopefully I'll post this on my page.
Okay.
And are you on Instagram?
Yeah.
What's your tell them your handle?
Instagram Isaac Abuaje.
Isaac Abuaje. Okay, don't worry. I have brought me DM. Not my tag. Very interested. Yeah? Not only penny. Oh blah. Blah, mama who now media guy. I knew you would catch that. You know, man, I live an interesting life, and like I keep saying, I like to document everything. You know, my phone, as you see it, is always I'm always filming stuff, and I catch random stuff, you know. And it was very interesting, and the feedback, you know, and this is why when I hit Cheddar up, he actually replied, and he said, yo, I saw what happened with the young brother, and I said to him, it would be nice for you to meet this guy, surprise him. And he said, yeah, and he thanked me.
Wow, Reggie.
And there is you.
I said, we've eaten into another show.
And don't come out there.
35
air condition, Papa baby. Air condition, Papa baby.
Reggie, I'm hoping to get one more sound, one more Hiplife sound from you.
Yes, I think it's there's so much going on now. So we got the Hiplife at 30 tour. We're talking about myself, Obrafour, and Ochame.
Yeah.
We're talking about even recording an album when we go on tour. So every city we go, we could hit the studio, and by the time I baby, we have a Hiplife compilation. I'm a thinker, man. See how many be and saying can yeah, so I gotta eat off of what it is that we sweated for, and also, passionately,
Who are you putting your last dime on? In the current new artists, who are you eyeing?
It's funny because you had asked me about if I ever came back into the music actively, who I would parlay with. That brother Aisi. He's nothing to play with. That brother Walasi. He's nothing to play with. That brother Akan. He's nothing to play
Reggie
with.
pays attention.
Yeah, I pay attention. I'll
like
be
the playlist.
My ear be there. Rhea Boss. There's so many prolific, and they coming up. Some of the great MCs that I both English and Tree. So there's so many of them. I mean, some of them come to mind, but I can't remember. But me underground, and son Uber not material
Endorsed.
Yeah, and the business send them a crash. I mean, Tiana both from me, Jack.
Reggie,
yeah.
Thank you so much.
I got you, brother.
Thank you so much.
I come back for my jazz. All right, so listeners, you more register and Jawache is not. You don't get this you get it at the East Legon branch.
Oh, okay.
Ja to go Lagos Avenue. You go over there in jazz. We're trying to alleviate plastic waste.
East Legon for now. East Legon for now.
Bougie for. I'm gonna flex it right.
Wi-Fi for.
Man, watch your bottle can right now. Yeah, Pentem. But it's great because they don't have to sideline nothing. You buy it, you pour it into the leaf, and there's no plastic.
Yeah.
But the other side, the new rocks watch it. I have my do. But it's bougie. And now the two coins is very easy.
It's very easy.
So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all of you welcome. By
Just
the way,
a quick one.
Yeah,
The last time you mentioned exporting.
Yes.
How is that going? Just a quick
and
one.
easy. Send up my cars easy. Forms filling because we're trying to get rocks watching on the airlines. That's one, and of course the export. But it's but we
how is Roxwache surviving with all these economic challenges? That
it's heavy. I can't
down?
front. It's heavy. When I seen the price of tomatoes, I was like, damn. You damn nearly want to stop. But my wife, she's the force, and the brand Wachi has become extremely popular now, and I think I got a big hand in this. It's become hip. I mean, the other time, Beyonce's daddy came to eat Wachi at my place. And I got it on video.
Yeah. Oh, you finally got the video.
I got the full video. I got the video of him asking about Hiplife. Hey, me the chubby, I'm going to post it. Because you need permission from and then Beyonce papa di me watch you because it's easy. And he even asked about Hiplife, he asked about me.
You been leaky video no.
And no. Now you sue me. I shut and roll for. The Beyonce shut and nipa and on be my.
Reggie, thank you so much.
Thank you so
our
much.
time is up. Like viewers, sorry, we are like 39 minutes past the hour 10. We know. Man,
I knew it. Coming up here, I knew it. Shout out to all of you, man. I love you guys.
Yes.
I love the show. I watch the show. I'm trying to get my own show. So if apparently you in charge of that, and he's gonna produce it, cause that's my man, my mellow. He's a rapper. He understands how I think, and I want to get like my own little something that I could communicate to the people them, because every day is an exciting day for me.
Reggie, thank you so much.
God bless.
We are out.
Culture Daily was brought to you by Malta Guinness.